Hello everybody, it's your Wonderful Wind Mage, your cruise ship servant, Chartreuse Proxy, ever and always at your service now. I hope everybody's doing good today. It is the start of a weekend, and I need to adjust myself on YouTube Studio. Hello, thank you. But I hope everybody is doing good. Today is a Friday night, February 20, 2026. I've got a lot of motivation and a lot of stuff that I want to get around to doing, quite frankly. But, you know, working point when it comes to it, because I've been working for 8 hours already today, so not gonna dilly-dally too much when it comes to it. Then I'm here to introduce an indie game that I actually got a little bit of like a notification when it comes to it. Then so let me explain myself here. I got a marketing email. I'm gonna be honest when it comes to it, but I saw it and I was like, okay, demo coming up. Might as well check it out when it comes to it. Tested it a little bit offline just to make sure I understood what was going on, and I can immediately see the rub and can see how fun this can be. This is Gambonanza, which quite frankly, with how you can kind of hear the music and like by the title screen and all, it's not really trying to hide that it took massive inspiration from Balatro, but it's essentially Balatro chess when it comes to it. Also, thank you for the 20 months, Cap. I hope you're doing well. So, this is only a demo right now, but kind of like the Balatro demo, we got a decent amount of stuff to already look at, not including how much more is going to be in there in the full version, which, if I check the Steam page, I mean, available 2026, full version, it's going to be raffle in March, but otherwise, nothing immediately then when it comes to it then. But fact is, it's coming around when it comes to it, and I've read, again, I played tested a little bit of it when it comes to it before I started up stream, like earlier, just to make sure the demo ran well, and I'm pretty solidly sold on it when it comes to me. So, you are going to start the game with 3 chess pieces when it comes to it, and the objective is to destroy all the pieces of the enemy team of the black pieces when it comes to it then. You'll have to get through 5 stages, so think about kind of like antes, and in each stage there is 5 games that you have to play when it comes to it then. Right now I only have these 3 pieces when it comes to working it out in that case, so I have to start with it. And the big thing is that I can either move my pieces exactly as they would in chess, or I even have a wait function, which I can do up to 3 times. In which case then I can wait, basically pass my turn, and have the opponent have to move instead. Otherwise, I'm going to be capturing exactly as I would be, and when I capture all the enemy pieces, the stage is over. It is a small board, but that will change in time. There is rewards that you will get over, like, after each game, as it's called. So, winning, I got me $2, I get $1 for each captured piece, and I get bonus interest, kind of like Balatro, exactly. Same, honestly, it is same system. Maximum of 5 interest up to $50. Now, we have the unique thing here. We have 2 things on our side. Over here, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pegs. This is, I'll be honest, I can't remember when the name of it. It is essentially our pocket when it comes to it then. Our inventory, to where we can store pieces in case we buy more, like if we buy this rook, then we can place it on the board so we can only have a maximum of 3. But I can buy upgrades for it in the future. And then we have what's called gambits, because chess gambits when it comes to it then. These are essentially our jokers, which go on the right side here, as you can see. So maximum of 5, it's Balatro people. And they always have different effects. I can reroll the effect for 2, I can reroll the shop for 2, which would be these 3 gambits here, or pieces. I can lock it in place, exactly so. Or I also have small consumables, so you can see here. Choose 1 among 3 same rarity gambits. Choose 1 among 2 random chess pieces, or earn 1 modified tiles among 3. Earn 1 modified tile among 3 choices, because you can even modify the board. So you essentially have pieces to work through as 1 modifier, and whatever is in your inventory. You have your gambits, which are your jokers, and then you can even modify the board going onwards like that. So random like booster packs in a way, but there's different things we need to figure out when it comes to it then here. So let's look. Commons. Earn a bishop when entering combo mode, which is basically kind of like overtime in essence or so. I really do like this one early, so I am going to buy this one, I do think, and that'll be in my slots. Now I can sell pieces, I can sell gambits, essentially, exactly so. But the thing to note is that if I lose any pieces, they are gone forever. I will not be getting a piece back if it gets captured. So I actually have to be very selective on what happens, or if I let something go, then it has to be a tactical sacrifice, because if all of my pieces are gone, then that is game over. So I can't be trading necessarily. I have to be very selective in, once again, in what I do. So big things to note is, I can wait 3 times, but you can't kind of go infinite, because there is something called crumble mode here. Each turn without a capture earns a tick on crumble mode. Crumble mode rises, so 5 turns without a capture. At its peak, the board starts to collapse, which means random tiles will just start falling from the board, which can be on your pieces, and if the tile falls, then the piece is gone with it, enemy or player, which is a detriment, because if a piece of yours is on the board and it crumbles and falls, you've lost a piece. If an enemy piece is on the board and it falls, yes, it got rid of it, but you're not getting the money, actually, for capturing that piece. So what I'm gonna do is actually have this bishop capture. I'm gonna move this pawn up, because even if you promote... Okay, I was about to say, my plan actually was to, was to have the bishop watch at the white tile for the queen, but actually we're fine. We'll be fine, we'll be fine. So protect my bishop. That's a turn without a capture, so crumble mode exactly so happens, and I do get a bishop out of this, which is wonderful. Best thing I can do is move this bishop back. Yes, my pawn is captured, but then I can capture their promoted queen, and I essentially traded a pawn for a bishop, so that's better for the future. Can you still move over the hole? No, you cannot, actually. There is a gambit that actually lets you do that, but until you get it, you can't. When one of your pawns captures a piece, earn 2 bucks. That's alright. When one of your kings is captured, earn a pawn. I don't have any kings, so that's not that good. But captures could be good when it comes to it. I just have to capture 3 times with a pawn to earn it, but I already only have 1 pawn left. So what I'm going to do is buy a gambit token, actually. Common. And my choice out of my booster pack, essentially. Creature of the Depths. Earn $2 when a piece falls from the board. I am getting the crumble mode because of the Scepter's Gambit, but I don't know about that. At the end of the game, gain $5 per piece that's to a king. King stuff. Stepping on a modified tile grants $1. I do like that for the future, because if I can buy some tiles, like with this tile token right now, that can start paying for itself. So I have this kind of little pachinko thing to where I click launch, and I get a choice of 1 of 2 tiles. Pachinko, plinko. Pachinko machines are different from plinko. Whatever. Protective tile. Moving a piece onto this tile protects it for 1 turn, meaning that if I move any of my pieces on there, then exactly so, it cannot be captured no matter what. Either that, or blessing tile. Moving a piece onto this tile blesses it during 1 turn. A blessed piece, when captured, reappears in your stock. That's what it's called. So essentially, I can do a tactical sacrifice, knowing that a piece will respawn, and there's that. So, for example, let's say I want to I'll put this projective tile on this black tile here. So next time I step on it, I will get $1, and in case there's a piece on there, I can essentially freely capture it, in that case then, and reap all the rewards. Okay, I have 2 bishops, so don't be an idiot. Put 1 on black, 1 on white. And I think I'm gonna want to start like this. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass a turn though, because I need to see if actually he moves up. Now, actually, I realized my mistake, because the knight's gonna capture this pawn immediately, but it's fine. The fact is, I'm going to threaten the knight. Pawn moves up, so I can't capture it without sacrificing my bishop in this case then, which is a little annoying. So I'm gonna move you back. Totally fine. That's great, because then I get to make some money. If I move you back and forth, then I'm not actually gonna be able to do much. So I want to get 2 more butts if I potentially can, but it's not happening necessarily unless I actually capture things. Now, actually, what I can do though is wait, because that queen's gonna have to move. And I've got 2 more wait commands, so I'm just gonna kind of keep sitting things out here when it comes to it. Now this is a little bit awkward, I'm not going to lie. So I realize my folly here. No, what I can do is I can drop this extra one that I just got, and whichever black piece she captures, that's actually great, so you get another money from Twisted Gambit, so that's actually fine. Does the enemy get protection too? No, it's only whenever, the tiles only trigger whenever I step on them. After sewing a gambit, earn a random chess piece, pretty decent. Every promoted piece is also counted as a knight, so if I had something that was something, if I had a gambit that said triggering only a knight, that would be there, but instead, I could also just buy a queen, which I think I would very much so appreciate. It's 10 bucks, but that gets me to my maximum 3, and I have a lot more mobility then. Yes, you saw I could keep doing it right there. That was kind of freemium. Alright, I'm gonna protect my bishop this way. I'm going to immediately move onto that protected tile. Exactly so I want to keep that bishop safe. Alright, and then simply, I'm going to keep moving on and off this tile, because I want crumble mode to activate, and I want to make as much money as I potentially can. Okay, no more money to be made, so move this guy off. I made a lot of money on the Twister Gambit. I got another bishop, and I got 10 bucks from that as well too. Another queen. If the queen is threatened, earn a pawn once per game. Oh, I don't want this queen to go away anytime soon, so I'll absolutely buy that just so I can get more pawns for econ. I'm gonna save, I think, because I want to get some economy going. Now, this is game 5 when it comes to it here, so we're about to fight a boss, exactly so. Welcome to our boss here when it comes to it then. So, Kev Bortwick, which I think is a joke on Bortnit, which is like every boss when it comes to it then is like named after chess people when it comes to it then. Because like there's a very obvious Magnus Carlsen, for instance, when it comes to it then, for example, going on. And I'm not the biggest opponent on chess.org, I'll be honest with you, so yeah, but going on from that here, every boss has their own gimmicks. The boss selects 2 of its pieces and applies stasis state to them, meaning that I have to wait 3 times to actually be able to capture them, because otherwise they just still get to function entirely, which is kind of not the best thing ever. So I'm gonna stay in a place where none of my pieces are threatened, and I'm just gonna kind of chill as much as I can. That, and there's also gonna be an elite piece to where I cannot capture them. At least initially, they have to be captured glass. I'm gonna honestly have to kind of let one of my bishops go in that case then, just so I can start capturing these guys. Because there's no way to get around that, essentially right there then, in any safe spot. Queen threatened, chicken gambit triggers right there, so that's wonderful. And I'm waiting until I get to crumble mode so I can get, what's his face? So I can get another bishop, which is wonderful for my econ. So that's great. Can you swap the tile you place to other spots too? No, once the tile's there, it is kind of stuck there. So it's only the one that I've got. On capture, 1/4 chance to receive a random piece. I really do like that. Waiting grants $1 per king. Or rook. I'm at 24 bucks. I really do like that life gambit right there when it comes to it then. I do want to keep sitting on this. So now we know our next boss. Tower of the Curse. Place 5 cursed tiles on the board. So I doubt we're going to see that stuff and all that for the future. But right now I want econ. Though I think I might just buy another tile token just to see what I get. Golden tile! Moving a piece onto this turns into a golden piece, which gets me 2 bucks at the end of the game. Or a trap. When an enemy piece steps on this tile, traps it, making it impossible to move next turn. I want that golden tile then. And I'll place it like on a corner, where my bishops will probably get the most value then. That's more chances for Twister Gambit to keep going off. And with each stage, the board keeps getting bigger too, as you can see here. So, what is our next problem here? Crumble. Whenever this piece is on the board, capturing a piece makes a random tile crumble. Kind of scary, not going to lie when it comes to it then, of course. And that is a king as well. So have to be careful about how I do things then in that case. So first and foremost, remove this bishop right here. Oh! Because he's moving on to the protected tile. I also did get a pawn out of that. Now this bishop is threatened otherwise, but the king moved to his own tile that was crumbling. So he effectively killed himself. That is really funny. I'm gonna make as much money as I can. That is another pawn out of the chicken gambit, which is wonderful. Give myself another golden piece for more money, and that's another bishop. What I think I might do is sell these bishops so I can get the interest at the end, then capture, because I have pawns in case I need to replace them. That's 2 more buts. I think I didn't need to sell the bishop because the money goes in, but I got my interest out of it, is the big thing, so that's very, very good. When one of your pieces is captured, turn another into a golden piece. Earn a rook when landing a rook. So, I should have explained that because I did something on the boss phase earlier that I didn't explain. I can only have a maximum of 3 pieces on the board, but I can land a piece at any time by taking a piece from my stock and putting it on the board. It has the same restrictions only on my side of the board as you see right here during the planning phase, but it allows me, but I can use that in lieu of my turn action, kind of like as if you were playing, what is it, shogi, of landing a piece in that case then, essentially. So you can replenish what you have, or also do tactical things in that case, such as immediately threatening if you just like place a queen on your side or so. So I do think it is time though to upgrade, because even though I have really good econ, I'd rather have another piece on the board to have a little bit more material to work with, and we'll go on from here. Need to learn how to play shogi. Rook that crumbles. So I'll be honest, the crumbler, having crumbler really scares me in case my queen gets crumbled on. What I think I'll do is I'll leave a pawn up for the sacrifice from this knight here to begin with, and I'll leave a spot open for the queen, because I want to capture this guy first. Again, crumble, it's a crumble when there is no need. So I'm going to land my queen. That gets my gambit, essentially so. Wonderful for another pawn. Let's make another butt out of this. Move this pawn otherwise. Because I'm trying to get the combo mode, that way I get another what's-his-face. Because I want that bishop. So I made as much money as I can. I'm gonna cash out right here, because I got all of that gold. I got a rook out of the, what's-his-face, out of the Key of Life too, which is wonderful. And all that money as well, 9 bucks, that's wonderful. Capturing with a knight on a black tile skips the enemy's turn. Oh, that's so nice, but I literally don't have a knight. Earn 2 bucks when a piece falls from the board. I mean, it might have been time for it now at this point, but I don't know. Let's re-roll actually though. Waiting promotes one of your pawns. Ooh! At the start of a game, 1/5 chance to earn 5 bucks, 1/3 chance to earn 2. Or king. Hello? I am buying that, and I'm just gonna put like 2 more pawns and just kind of like keep waiting, quite frankly. That is amazing, hello? Because I'm generating pawns from Chicken Gambit. I have also more bishops too to work with in that case then if it really comes to be. Yeah, I think I'm kind of chill on this right now. That's really nice. That is an epic. Absolutely deserving to be an epic. Hello? Okay. Game plan here. I think I might want a rook just to have on the sides or so. I think the idea here is have this rook go into this protected tile immediately, and then just start cleaning house when it comes to it then. I'll have this pawn as bait for this rook, but otherwise I'm immediately gonna start going in. Okay, bait taken. But I need to get rid of this knight. I don't mind if the rook dies immediately. So what I can do then is just start flying around, exactly said. Start making some passive income, baby. Protected tile, you can't capture the queen. Queen threatened, that's another pawn. Get some golden money. Protected tile, can't do that. But you can't attack. We're already actually maxed out, and couple mode is going on, so go ahead and capture. My stock is full. Very happy with this outcome so far, even if I did lose a rook. I got another one from the Key of Life. When a king steps on a white tile, there's a 1/3 chance for it to turn into a golden tile, but I don't have any kings. Capturing with a knight has a half chance to turn a pawn into your stock into a knight. What the heck? Okay, well, quite frankly, let's upgrade. So I have the money for it. So then I can put more pieces down, because my stock is very full. I think I'll buy a tile. Blessing or protective? I've been doing really good with the protective tile. Okay, never mind, I'm getting blessing instead. That's totally fine. Keep putting it on this row here, because we're capturing so much along, and that allows me to manipulate the entire middle stock. And I might want another queen. Well, no, I have falling crowns, so I don't have to value a queen that high. On waiting, create a copy of this piece onto a random tile. Ew, dude, what the heck? Well, okay. What I'm gonna do is just have 2 bishops just immediately attack, because the queen can't move anywhere, and I can just have this bishop immediately killed, because thanks to the protective tile there. And that's literally it. That is the entire gambit, people. I am not kidding. Yeah, no, that's chill. Protective tile, you can't capture. I don't care if the pawn is captured, I'm killing that queen immediately. I was about to say, even if you promote, I am killing you immediately. Golden. Dead. Move off. Crumble mode will activate soon. You're about to crumble. So I'd rather have the piece go ahead and fall. I got my money out of it. That queen would have been trouble, yeah, because it destroys my falling crown gambit. But, I mean, the protective tile is paying off. Losing a piece on turn 1 grants a copy of it. That could be really nice in case I just want to, like, sack a queen forward just to get rid of somebody really badly. Roots can also move like kings. Hello? What the heck? I think I'd rather buy more tiles when it comes to it then. Phantom tile. Moving a piece onto this tile grants a phantom copy of it, which will go into my stock. Phantom pieces sell for 0 and vanish at the end of a game, but essentially it's a piece that I can just kind of use to go ahead and, what's his face? It's a piece I can use as, like, free leverage. I don't care if it's captured at that point then. Hi, Jas. It's going well. I think I'll buy another tile, though. Put this in the middle. I don't mind another gold, because I want to keep this economy going, quite frankly. Let's put you, like, on the back row on the left, since I need a little bit more of them. Don't be afraid to sacrifice the bishops, though, is my main key, though, in my mind. Waiting is a chance to grant a copy of a random piece you have in your stock. What the heck? What the heck? I really like my Twister's Gambit, so I'm not willing to sell it. I really want that Recruiter's App. Waiting has a 1/3 chance to grant a random gambit. My stuff's full, so I don't think so. I think I'll get rid of Key of Life and buy that Recruiters. Alright. Tau the Cursed. Okay, I don't know who this reference is, so I'm gonna look this up. Chess Tau. Mikhail Tau was a Soviet Latvian chess grandmaster and the 8th world chess champion. Tau played in an attacking daring combination of styles play, so was known for improvisation and unpredictability. Every game frame was Immutable and invaluable as a poem. Cool. So, Tile the Cursed. Cursed tiles on the board. Moving a piece onto this tile turns it into a pawn, and that is a permanent change. Which is very bad, because if I move a queen onto one of these tiles then she gone, for instance then. Which is very much so not worth it. So I think I'm going to put my queen in stock, and I'm going to try to make use of that Recruiter's Hat Gambit as much as I can. Now, I am going to probably leverage waiting, is my thoughts here when it comes to it then, as much as I possibly can too. I don't mind having pawns moving up, or especially if they promote otherwise then, because this queen's been carrying me through this run so far. But again, main immediate play is have the bishop move up onto protective tile and like snipe 2 people, because I have so many bishops, I don't mind losing any of them when it comes to it then. I don't want my rook on any columns for 18 on protective tile, so I think I might have it. Well, it might be fine having him like here in this way, because I want him to get to the knight is the thing. So I think this will be how we start, and bishop first. Knight being threatened, I don't care. I want that gone. Now, slight problem, positioning error. I've absolutely bricked it to where this rook's just kind of showing. Very bad, honestly, that you're standing right there. I'm gonna have to capture, quite frankly, as forward as I can. I think what I do, moving a piece, but it doesn't landing count. Landing doesn't count, but honestly, that's not a problem. Fact is, you're being threatened. At the very minimum, you can take a piece out with you. Totally fine of a trade. Immediate capture. If I move you onto here, you're protected, and you're threatening the rook. Now, I can't do much more in this case then, so instead I'm going to capture up. And we're going to go back and make some money. I really don't want to move this rook onto this pawn space, but what I think I would do is I would drop right here. You're trapped, so I can actually take my time. However, I'm going to move you here, because yes, you are a pawn stuck. You are now a bishop that turned into a pawn, but because of that trap, I could waste that time, move this bishop onto here now, and I can actually, well, rather, instead of moving you up to promote, I can wait for falling king. I get a queen out of the Recruiter's Hat! Yes! 2 queens! Promote you immediately into a queen. It's crumble mode, so I got a scepter as well. Kill this bishop. Yes, you got depromoted into a pawn now, but that doesn't matter too much. Make some money. Nobody's being threatened, so wait again for recruiters, potentially. Still nothing. Wait again. Recruiter's Hat didn't trigger. Okay. Just kill you, honestly. I could keep blustering around, but I'm scared that in case he moves to a place that I can't reach. So get me my 21 butts. That's honestly a very, very good round when it comes to it. We're doing great. Capturing a piece with a piece of the same type has a 50% chance of granting a copy of it. Cool. Earn 3 butts after a promotion. Hello? I could just keep waiting. This should be a promotion build when it comes to it, quite frankly. Okay, fact is, I can put another piece on the board when it comes to identify upgrade. So let's do so. I earn another tile. Let's keep going for gold / blessings if I can help it then. Because I don't mind trading again when it comes to it. And Tao did get rid of my immediate other blessed one before with his curse. You rat dastard. Capturing a piece with no neighbor with a rook has a chance to give random gambit. Not necessary now. Stock price is reduced by 30%. That's pretty decent. But I think I'm trying to chill. Judith Polgaisha. You can't see your opponent's formation during the formation phase. We'll have to see how that goes then. So, another column. Let's see what the enemy's got. An elite queen. Ew! What the heck is that? Ew, dude, that's disgusting. I think I just have an army of bishops like this here, quite frankly. And then it's this one protective tile that I've just been abusing this entire time, quite frankly. Now, I only have the one root, so I'm reluctant to sacrifice him, I'll be honest with you. But I can move you back onto the protective tile and just chill, dude. That's absolutely amazing. Okay, let's move you onto this, because if you die, I get you back immediately, which is a wonderful trade. Trade upon. Get that bishop, and now... Well, if I greed for the blessing tile, I have no way to deal with the queen immediately. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and capture in this case then. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and capture. Because quite frankly, I don't want to get crumble mode with the queen. I'm just kind of scared of that. Hi, Dilden. Raining a piece has a half chance to skip the enemy's turn. Hello? That's another queen too. Do I buy that? Landing a piece has a chance to skip the enemy's turn. How valuable is that versus getting a free bishop return? Quite frankly, well, actually, I think I just need to buy pieces in this case because I don't have a full stack. I just need to get some stuff. I got another freaking bishop, dude. Oh, goodness. Because that, I need more pawns. I need pawns. I'll take a pawn because I can promote that and I want to wait for Recruiter's Hat. Because the other thing too is I want Recruiter's Hat to just keep granting me queens, is the thing. A king that on wait creates a piece. Oh, you mother. You're annoying to say the least, my good sir. Okay, we're gonna set up like this. I can't wait immediately yet, but I'm going to capture you, so I don't have to worry about that crap. What kind of rook move is that? Hello? Queen threatened. Don't care. Stay mad. I am a absolute fool, an idiot, and so much more. Honestly, what is my strategy here? I am kind of tossing a lot to the wind. Honestly, wait. Give me a promo. That is actually, yeah, worst case scenario of that happening there. We are fine. What I'm gonna do is land upon. Wait, I got a queen, yes. One more, Recruiter's Hat? Oh, Recruiter's Hat. Why couldn't you do much for me here? Combo mode triggered. That's wonderful. I'm just trying to make as much money as I can right now. Okay, we cash out on that. We're happy with that, dude. Fact is, I sacrificed a lot of my other small pieces, but I got 2 queens. So that's totally fine. I'll just place one more piece in the board. Decent. After moving a knight, if it can capture 2+ pieces, there's a half chance to skip the enemy's turn on a forge. That's really cute. I have so much money right now. Upgrade me to be able to put another piece in the board. I'm gonna buy 2 pieces. Because I want to have a queen in the stock for a Recruiter's Hat, is my thought here. So I have a pretty good engine on being able to create pieces in all that case then. Is that 2 queens? Ew, 2 queens and one that is a crumbler. Ew. Okay, I think this is a strat to start the game. Something like this. I'm going to capture the Crumble Queen first. If that happens, that's totally fine. Just fact is, I want to keep applying pressure. Now, the Queen moving like that is a little bit awkward, I'm not going to lie. I think what I do is actually wait and promo a piece. Because if this pawn dies to this queen, that's totally fine. We start trading immediately. Now it's just a king left over. I'm gonna make as much money as I freaking can, dude. Twisted tile is really funny, dude. Alright, I'm gonna cash out on that end in that case. It's 15 bucks. Really good engine. The bishops can also move like kings. Whoa, that's actually disgusting. To allow them to move onto their other color. And capturing with a knight, earn a knight. Once per game. Funny. Not necessary. I just need to just keep buying pieces with this residually though. Now honestly, I'm pretty happy with getting pawns. I'm only getting the one pawn per the chicken gambit every time. I feel like the fact that I can say that it's kind of necessary to keep doing that is a little bit sad, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like I can put almost everything on the board. I want to keep one in stock though for a recruiter's hat though. And I don't want to destroy my economy all the way either. Okay. Bishops aplenty. So just cover the pawns, however it may be. Having a balanced formation like this actually isn't necessarily bad, but I also want to keep a queen out and ready to go. Now, wait, that is a promo. You immediately killed the pawn that promoed. And the queen is right there threatening. Wait again. That one immediately promoted, so that was a very good threatening move potentially out of it then. Let's move this queen into position, that way if the pawn gets traded, I can trade back. Out of the danger zone. Let's wait to see if recruiters had triggered. It did not trigger. That is actually devastating. Alright, what I think you need to do is move this bishop back, sacrifice the bishop, drop the queen. Just gonna keep capturing along the way. Now make some money, please. Because I really need the money, and I also really need the pieces, too. So until I see one of these 3 central tiles crumbling, I'm just gonna keep making money with the twister board. Okay, that's crumbling. Gotta cash out there. Because I am playing very fast and loose with sacking a lot of pieces, but I need to actually be buying more pieces every time I'm here too. So give me a random piece, please. I'll take a knight. I'll buy a bishop. I'll buy a rook. After your first turn, protect your rooks. When one of your bishops is captured, receive a random piece. Interesting. I'm gonna have 7 pieces on board if I do this. Oh, I'll full 8. Okay, chill. Do that and just see what I get out of a gambit, because if I get something good, I might want to swap it then in this case. So this gambit to get a gambit for money. I think I'm kind of chill. Alright, nope, we're fine on then. Alright, chess, Judith, Paul. Okay, so he going in. Hungarian chess grandmaster. She is the only woman to be ranked in the world top 10 and achieved rating over 2,700. Interesting. Top rated woman in the world from January 1989 until her retirement from competitive chess in 2014. That's really cool. But also, yeah, I can't see besides the fact that there's an elite exactly still in the planning phase. So I think same strat as always, just immediately prioritize a way to hit that protected tile. And I think that's how we're gonna start this here. I might still keep a queen in here though for a recruiter's hat. But Fallen Crown isn't as valuable because I only have the one pawn, but I think this is how we're going to start the strategy. Yes, my left side's a little bit more exposed, but I have a queen on here, and I'm going to try to see if I can't make use out of it. Rook threatened, a bishop is covering it though. I can immediately take a pawn and then snipe a knight out of that. I could also just wait too, and honestly, I'm going to do that just to get some tempo with getting a queen. Even if the rook snipes it, that is totally chill. Next point of action is actually to move the bishop back. Oh, the pawn moving forward actually causes a few logistical problems. How am I blind? Am I an idiot? Might be. Do I sacrifice this rook? This knight? Because if I capture this away, this knight's activated. I could capture with the queen, but then what am I going to do to trade otherwise? I think what I'd rather do... Because if I capture this pawn here, that queen is unlocked. Which I really do not like. I think I'd capture it this way. Because if the pawn moves onto the column, I am totally fine with that. So what I will do afterwards is I will drop a pawn. The queen's still unlocked. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm just gonna have to move forwards. And just start rapid capturing back and forth then. Place the rook out. Queen's threatened, but... if I trade this back... I need to get this queen out of dodge. Only safe place necessarily would be 1 or 2. That's tempo that I'm burning. I'd rather do this, because then the rook is a bit more unlocked to actually act a bit more. I don't mind this rook being captured because you're on a Gordian angel tile to where I can just drop you back into the fray. Welcome back, good sir. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, sir. A little bit scary. A little bit scary. I am burning through my entire stock, and Fallen Crown isn't as nice when it comes to it then right now. So I need to just buy back my entire stock, because it's not like I can really have many pawns. So I can have 8 pieces on the board. I need to keep using those 8 pieces on the board that I get. My economy is kind of in this weird midpoint right now, hilariously, because of that fact. And I don't know how I want to keep a queen in the stocks, because having 2 queens means I can have 1 on the board and 1 on for Recruiter's Hat, if I need it then. But I really need more, dude. Okay, there you go. Metachess Carlson. Or Metness Carlson. Yep, shuffle your pieces and make them unreadable during the formation phase. So I'll know that I'm placed on piece, but I won't know which piece I'm placing. So if I can, I'd like to make like 1,000,000 queens would be the dream. Because otherwise this is very scary. A rook on wait to make a copy of himself. Well, as always, this one protective tile, dude, has been doing so much for me. Like, unironically, it is so good. Okay, plot here is have this pawn be able to move up, and if it dies, it can be blessed. This knight here will support otherwise, and I want a bishop on a white tile. Probably leaning this way, that way it can cover. No waiting, has a protective tile, because otherwise the rook would immediately destroy things then. If the knight takes this knight, if the knight takes the bishop, I don't necessarily mind. So I can move this one back and immediately move you back forwards in a power move. Next play. Capture with this knight. You may have died, but you have made a very worthy sacrifice, my good sir. I want to move this bishop back so he still stays activated and he didn't support things otherwise then. I think it's queen capture. Queen capture. Move this bishop right here, that way he can stop the pawn if he moves. And then it's going to be the queen threatening everything otherwise here. This bishop will probably have to die. Sit to the rook having the cover. What a devilish freaking move, game. What a move. You forced my hand. Queen threatened. I did my pawn though. You're forking me. I'm going to get another bishop on crumble mode, so I don't mind. Oh, I wanted to wait for foe and crown to keep doing stuff, and instead you moved on to our crumbling tile! You dastard! At the start of the game, earn 2 bucks per bishop. Waiting is a 1.5 chance to grant a phantom queen! Get rid of foe and crown, I think, probably? Because having a chance to get a phantom queen, so that's a queen for my stocks, would be really good. Getting these bishops from Scepter's Gambit has been really good too. Getting the pawns from Chicken has been really nice though for foe and crown. I have 3 things that trigger on waiting then in that case. The bishops have been so good to me though. Do I even get rid of Twister's Gambit? Because that's also kept me in the game as well too. Oh, that's so hard. I think get rid of the Scepter. Buy me the Phantom Bride. And then otherwise, I can actually leave a little bit left over then. Roll to see what else I get. Another bishop I won't take though. Is that 2 queens? Ew, 2 queens, 2 queens. Okay, well, that's why we bought bishops, people. This is why we bought bishops. This bishop's immediately gonna kill. If the queen wants to kill this pawn, then the knight will immediately trade or the pawn back. And then I have my contingencies for whatever may happen then. So otherwise though, immediately kill this queen. That queen is not allowed to live. So that's a very bad position for my knight to be in. Threaten. Because if the queen has to move. Activate my queen a little more. Great. Now the trade is very, very viable. If you promote, then you immediately die. I want to have a queen way out of this now. So, set the pawn. Wait. Because yes, it's promotion. Perfect. I got another pawn out of that at the very least. I can't place the pawn up, so I didn't start off to kill you straight up. I'm not going to get to have the Cruz had too much, unfortunately. But that had to be done. How many more games? We got 3 more games. I can just buy a queen. Yes, please. Honestly, place one more piece in the board. I might like that. Traps powers last one more turn. I only have the one trap tile, so I don't think I care about that too much, but I will buy another thing though. If I could have that blessing. Oh, another golden tile. I would have rather had another blessing so I can keep making positive trades like I've been doing all game. Okay, well, I'm honestly gladder that I haven't sold Falling Crown in that case then here, considering everything that I'm getting out of this here. Alright. Waiting will invoke another king. That's unfortunate, of course. Set a pawn like this, that way if the rook wants to take, you are immediately challenged. Otherwise, same as always. Bishop to protected tile, and then immediately trade that. I can also put another bishop here on the blessing tile to have that as a potential trade avenue as well, is my thoughts. I think that's what I'd like to do. So, bishop to protected tile, immediately kill the invoking king. That's going to free me up so much on everything that I can do. This knight can actually trade this king. And move back safely too. Now we wait. I got a Phantom Queen. I got all the promos. I got a Threatened Queen. Okay, yes, you died. That's a pawn's life for the cause when it comes to it then, which is wonderful. Drop a queen. A Phantom Queen again. Because I can trade that queen without any remorse. You're trapped. Loser. Nerd. See ya. Honestly, I need to run an experiment. Can I have this queen? Phantom Queen into a Golden Queen. Does that mean the queen's permanently mine? If so, I have maybe just made this game all the better. Yes, those queens stay! I just generated 2 free queens with the Phantom Queen Bride Gambit! Yes! Yes! I have 5 queens now. Yes, dude, that's so good. Please, another protection tile. That protection. Another trap! I mean, honestly, the trap's actually been okay, so I keep stacking this side then. Finding another tile. Oh, another trap, dude. Another trap. Honestly, just keep stacking up this side here, quite frankly, so I can play dangerously. I'll buy a bishop, honestly. We have one more game. When it comes to landing a piece makes it golden. After losing 3 pieces in a random gambit. I just find another bishop, that way I can have another sat engine, quite frankly, when it comes to it then. Yeah, no, we're gonna chill on this, I do think. That sure was a nap. Hope you're doing well, Crimson. Okay. Invoking Queen, but this is why we bought bishops. Rather, actually, I can just sack a bishop immediately for that Invoking Queen and just say, screw you, whatever, dude. So I want to get rid of her, like, ASAP when it comes to it then. And then I'll probably have these bishops target the knights after. I think that'll be it. If the pawn gets trapped on the tile, then that's totally fine. But I'm absolutely going in with the intention of sacking for this queen right here. Wonderful play, Cruzy. Wonderful gambit. Masterful gambit. How it goes? We're playing, Gambonanza, which is just Balatro. Invoking Queen, that queen had a modifier to where if I chose to pass my turn, which I can do up to 3 times per game, they would trade a copy of another queen. Not in my interest at all. Okay, free kills while we have them. Queen threatened, so Chicken's Gambit spawned me a pawn in my stock. Wonderful. Knight is trapped, so I actually have a free turn to just chill with the bishop right there. And then get this bishop out of harm's way. That's a free queen kill. Hello, what the heck? Okay, let's wait. Recruiter's hat. It's wonderful. Hello. That's another queen. It's another queen. I have so many queens, dude. Hello? I think I have the game plan, dude. I think I have the game plan. Madness Metchess Carlson could Brit me in case I get pieces that I don't want on the board then, in that case, right? Or rather, I don't know how my formation might be in that case. So, this is stage 4 out of 5, so this isn't all the way at the end yet. But my thought process is, I have so many queens that I literally don't care what I have then. Because even if a knight, bishop, or whatever gets mixed in, I just kind of get to chill, dude. That it was a master sword, but it doesn't do anything good for me here right now. So of course, this is Madness Carlson, people. So as you can see here, I don't know what my formation is going to look like. What the heck? So I could match up theoretically like this here against all these pawns, but I want to lean on my protection tile gambit as I've been doing constantly here. If a rook or if one of my 2 bishops or my knight spawns here, it kind of Brits a lot. But I want to have a way to support the advance here when it comes to it. Or if the knight spawns here, I can place her in the blessing tile and then we just say whatever then. So I think I want something like this to be able to deal with the queen potentially is my thoughts. Well, thoughts. I want that queen to be unlocked necessarily anyway. So let's do something like that. It's a bishop I have right here. Not the best. What's this queen being threatened by? It's a bishop. Okay, I don't care if a pawn trades upwards then. Let's deal with a rook immediately. Get that out of the way. I think it's better to trade. Go ahead, trade the queen over here. Oh, but this queen's gonna be unlocked, and my back line is absolutely gonna start getting wrecked. Alright. Make lemons out of lemonade, people. Let's start capturing what we can here. You're trapped, so this is a free movement up. Oh, what I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Free queens. As much as we can here. I need to start dropping people. Oh, why'd I drop you right there? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. To drop this one right here in case that pawn promotes. You're covering, but I've got you. I've got you, so even if you promote, you're dead in the water. And you're dead. Okay. You destroyed a lot of my queens? The fact that I still have 3 to work with here is fine enough. So I need to just start buying back my army and economy target because I am kind of in shambles. Hikaru the Banished. Obviously after Hikaru, the chess player when it comes to it then. So, you cannot use your stock. Hikaru, what is it? Nakamura, I think his name is. So I'm not going to actually be able to use my recruiter's hat stuff then, so I'll be looking for gambits to replace along the line then. I'll take the Phantom tile, because if I can keep making more queens for the future, though, I think that would be big. But the big thing to note for that is that, of course, then, like, with his thing, I only have the 9 pieces, so I won't be able to drop any more or trade upwards then in that case. So you're going to have to be very careful. If you have a queen in your stock, pawns can move like kings. Interesting. Pawns can also move like knights. They're going to promote anyway from falling crowns. I don't care about that. Queen in the stock for Recruiter's Hat. Otherwise, we just gotta see how this goes then. Oh, dude, seeing queens is so scary. It's so scary. I think this will be my setup. But I need to have I have to be trading. So I have to move this knight here at the very minimum. I need to just get rid of these queens. I'm gonna drop a pawn. And wait. Just if I can get a promo, that's great. I'm just start taking care of these pawns one by one, essentially, here. Good. Okay, Ghost Queen into immediately. If I wait, I can get Recruiter's Hat to trigger. So that's exactly what I wanted. There's a queen here. That's another queen I've created. You're about to crumble away. Move you back. I should have just captured you because I thought that you wouldn't stay. I thought you would move. I thought the piece would crumble, the tower would crumble before. Yeah, it's totally fine. Landing the queen turns one of your pawns into another random piece. Okay, so I have 5 queens right now. I'm gonna have to keep one in stock for Recruiter's Hat. Let's just keep buying up other pieces. And get me 2 bishops to keep doing more damage like that as soon as I can. I'm gonna have a million trapped pieces, aren't I, dude? Alright. Place you on the back, in case I need to snipe something in that case then. Start of the game, +4, but there's a 1 in 7 chance to be destroyed and lose 20 bucks. You are a red pole and a half, my friend. Okay, yes. This will be good. This will be very good. 2 immediate roots like that. Ew, dude, what the heck is this way out? Ew, what is this way out? I don't like this at all. I think this is how I want to start. And I'll open with having this pawn capture. That is a threat, but we're just gonna keep positively trading up in this case then. You're trapped. So I really care if you're trapped though. Because I have 2 pieces still threatened either way. I'd rather do something like that and then continue working off. Destroyed you. I made another queen. Destroyed you. This queen will block. And then we are just gonna make my entire stock of queens back. Wonderful. Wonderful. I have 8 queens right now. I have 9 queens right now. Copies the first trigger tile in the game onto a random tile. That's common? To be able to just keep turning more tiles? That seems kind of bustedly good for a common, dude. So I don't have to keep buying stuff in that case, then rather. What the heck? That seems really nice. Please give me a blessing. Because that will let me keep benefiting things. So making your phantoms gold makes you keep them. Yes! Because the phantoms would disappear, but it's essentially like it can only have 1 modifier on it, I guess. So I turn it from phantom into gold. Gold would just turn it into a gold piece and make 2 butts at the end. So I'm kind of cheesing the system that way, in a way, as you can kind of see. So I'm able to immediately flex my 9 queen board essentially right here if I wanted to in this case then. God. Mon's Gambit. Start of a game, earn a pawn. I mean, that's decently fine, but Chicken's Gambit has been earning me pawns all throughout, so I'm kind of chill. Buy a knight just so I can have him. And then I'd love to have another protection tile. Oh, though blessing is fine for the other games, I need more protections to deal with Hikaru. What is this? What is this? Okay, so Crumbler. When this piece is on the board, capturing the piece makes a random tower crumble. I don't want to deal with that for the sake of my value of queens is higher than everything. Winning the piece from the start turns this king into a queen. Not good at all. I have a lot of queens, so I'm fine with like sacking things around when it comes to it. Quite frankly, I need to get rid of that Crumbler immediately, so I have the knight going out to deal with that. Afterwards, happy to trade a pawn for a queen. Happy to trade a queen for a queen. I don't want to keep trading infinitely here, so I'd rather have a few of these here that we start going to the starting angel so I can keep having these queens safe and sound. I can't drop because otherwise this guy's gonna immediately turn into a queen. So I'm gonna do is wait a little bit here. The fact that you landed like that, I have no idea what the game plan was, Chief, but now everything is for the taking. And the queen. Capture. Queen. Maid. Queen. Maid. Money being made. Really? Oh, nothing more to do here. Fact is, I still have a very good board. Because I've solved basically everything that could have been a problem. Protection tile for me? Oh, another phantom! I mean, it's great, but my queen protection's already fine. I'm trying to get stuff prepared for the boss, people! I need this protection tile, please. Yes, thank you, that's so good. Get it in with this corner here, I think. Then I'll have coverage on both sides, essentially, then. I can't do anything with winning against the card roll. The Rooks almost move like kings. I'd still buy a Rook, though, just to have for some more, and then... Yeah, just chill me right now. That way I have, like, a material that I don't mind sacrificing as much. Pawns that will promote if you land stuff. Okay. Kind of, like, cool story then, bro, I guess. I think I'll just have a lineup like this, and immediately just trade these queens up. Yeah, no, that's the plan. If this Rook dies, he immediately gets to respawn. Fine by me so far. You're protected on this tile here. I don't have a way. Actually, I could do something like this here. That's respawn. I'll trade a queen to get rid of the rook pressure, I do think. And even with another Well, that's fine. Fact is, I have so many queens, but I'm just making sure I still have my entire stock as I can, because this is stage 5, game 5. This will be the end here. See what I get. Rook, I guess I'll take. But I'm gonna have 10 pieces on the board. I do have to maximize all the way up 2 queens, but if that doesn't happen, having 8 out of 10 queens is great. It's not the best for blessing, considering how that's not going to do anything against Carl, but that's fine. Protection tile, my beloved. Yes, yes, the goat, the goat, the goat. What do you right here, I'm thinking? Get a random gambit. Trapping an enemy piece traps another random one. Honestly, fine by me, because it's the last one anyway. When an enemy piece creates a phantom copy next to it if possible, regardless of the board's piece. So what the heck? Yes, please. I mean, I'll take the banana peel's damage in case I don't get anything good. Once the queen is captured, earn 3 pawns for queenie, and that's kind of cute. Honestly, this is good. This is a very, very fine thing. So at least I have 3 games that'll work for me here at the end. That's all the pawns. And a queen that is open. Okay, that is annoying. Of course, I don't want to be opening up any of my pieces to immediate scrutiny if I can help it. I have to leave something up to scrutiny no matter what, so I think I'll leave the rook right here to be traded on. And I'm gonna have this queen immediately move up and start getting rid of the material on the side here. Fact is, this is my weaker side of the board here. And I want this queen to start causing a ruckus back here. If she doesn't do anything more, she immediately dies to the king. This is fine. Let's start with this. In case you get traded up on. But enemy turn skipped. What should I even do with that, honestly? Honestly, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with that. I might move up like this. Okay, well, the king's gonna kill, but that's rook gone. Protected tile right here. I can kill you from here immediately afterwards. We're slowly but surely gonna keep whittling away this material. If the queen moves, it gets trapped, meaning that I can start trading away the other pieces there. I get a free turn from the banana peel gambit again. Goat, goat, goat. A wonderful gambit to pivot onto at the very end here. And despite all of this here, I'm just gonna win the game. Nice! What's the red modifier? That was an elite enemy, which meant that I actually would not be able to kill him. I can't kill that elite until the very end. That's the last piece I have to kill. So you can see here, congrats, you beat the demo. As part of Steam Next Fest Challenge, you've earned a personal code that lets you enter a raffle to win a free Steam key from Gambonanza. So that's really cool. So I'm gonna turn my screen off real quick on that end then, so I can capture that. Yeah, no, I am absolutely gonna get this in the future when it comes to it then. So I can get this for free, that'll be great. But otherwise, that's a first run of that. Pretty happy, especially with being able to generate queens at the end. But hey, that's how I got my economy going.